I want to say thank you so very much to Honorable Joel Senyonyi. Why the young people like me, Margaret Etilu, amid is being abducted and arrested, I still say thank you for Orungo County. That is just as a structure, but we do not have facilities. We do not have an ambulance, but it is just has a name as Health Center 4. My prayer is to the Ministry of Health. At least General JJ has been in power. Appreciate and regard him with a health center, for who knows, as he retires, he has something to be remembered for. I also ask for Health Center 4 in Wera. We appreciate the government that construction is ongoing, but we need an ambulance. As I conclude, on one sweet road that connects very many districts, my members have been speaking about, but as a mother of Amuria, where the road starts from, a road of Soroti, Amuria, Abim, Kotido, and Kapelebiong. Please, those districts love the government so very much. Appreciate us, and we reduce this dusty road out of our bodies. I want to say thank you, and I conclude with the Ministry of Agriculture. Please remember Muria. We have never received any seedlings. We have never received any hose. We have not received anything. If there is anything we have done, forgive us and at least rescue us also like that. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, and welcome back. We are a family here. We are a family. Yes, I had picked Honorable Karim Musa.
Right Honorable Speaker, my name is Karim Musa, a Member of Parliament for Ringa North Yumbe District. Right Honorable Speaker, I wish to thank you so much for an intervention on a security issue bordering my constituency and that of South Sudan, where some people were abducted and were released because of the vigilant and well-grounded soldiers of ours, the UPDF, who actually made those people to be released by the SPLA. Thank you so much. SPLA had ever had incursions to an extent that they take away our property, they take away the animals and the people alike. You have saved us. Now there is a grand plan to demarcate the borders. I hope those borders will be demarcated in such a way that it will be a road of no one sea land, and therefore it will go from Yumbe up to Moyo. That grand demarcation, we are actually waiting for it. Honorable Speaker, for me, I rise also to mention that while we ourselves are actually bracing to transform this country into a higher income status, the element of mindset change keeps on docking our programs. I wish the government will take an affirmative action to take mindset change programs into our communities. The reason is that even some of us did not believe that PDM is for them to kickstart and become in money economy. They said it was for them to eat. That mindset change is very, very paramount, and also it cuts across all other sectors in my communities, in my constituency, maybe even West Nile as a whole. Honorable Speaker, the issue of witchcraft needs a mindset change. Because witchcraft, people would rather prefer to go to the witch doctors instead of getting treatment from the health centers. Now, For me, that is a problem. The problem is...
Thank you. You see, problem of talking about witchcraft when you... Yes. So, I'm still on independence. I'd picked Honorable Mudimi. Honorable Mudimi, you wrote your name? Because I can't see you. Yes, Honorable Mudimi will be followed by Honorable Richard Senteza.
Yeah. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I also join others to thank the President for the clear message. I'm tackling 3 issues. The issue of agriculture. The government emphasizes commercial agriculture, but there is little intervention by government to support large farmers in the country. Right Honorable Speaker, I recall some time back, we were together on the Committee of National Economy. And the government has borrowed huge sums of money to support irrigation. But it's only limited to 10 acres. Now, 10 acres is that commercial agriculture. That is for food for Nakati and Marakwang. You cannot develop the country when you ignore commercial farmers. Our appeal to government, let government allow private people to establish some of these schemes and we benefit. Because whenever people want to invest in, but you say, no, we have not gotten clearance from government. What's the problem with government? Why can't you allow private developers to put at least huge irrigation systems to support farmers? We have been talking about the issue of disaster, and we are talking about food. And many areas will, even the country will lack where to get food. There will be money, but you lack where to get food because of the past drought. So we need support as commercial farmers, not this small mini irrigation. Second, education. The cost of education, especially higher education, is really alarming. Someone was asking me why a university, government, fully-fledged university is charging high fees. And you know, many farmers, parents have sold land. Even in my place, I've seen people who sell land to educate children. I don't know other areas, but I've seen it. Now, if farmers can sell land to educate children, what are they going to survive on? So we want to know why government institutions charge.
Thank you. Senteza. Followed by Anne Adeke, Karuya Andrew, Award Betty.
Thank you, Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm Salongo Richard Senteza from Lugazi Municipality. Right Honorable Speaker, count me among the many who wish you well in that chair you ascended to. Right Honorable Speaker, I join colleagues in thanking the President for the SONA which was delivered on 4th July 2026. My particular interest was on health, because we are fully aware that for a nation to develop, its people must be healthy. So in that spirit, Right Honorable Speaker, we thank the government for establishing and maintaining Kaolo Hospital, Kaolo General Hospital, which serves the 3 districts of Buvuma, Buyukwe, and a big part of Mukono district. And actually this very hospital serves all people doing business or traversing the Trans-Africa Highway from River Nile to Boyogerere. But Right Honorable Speaker, much as the hospital is fully operational, there are some pertinent issues which need to be addressed. For example, the neonatal intensive care unit at Kaworu General Hospital is in dire need of refurbishment as well as equipping. As we speak now, Right Honorable Speaker, the NICU is hosting 45 babies every day. And that means that it's also hosting 45 mothers every day and night. But the equipment that this facility has is far less than the demand. For instance, it has only 5 beds, yet each baby is supposed to be on its bed. So it happens that a number of babies are put on the same bed, meaning that if there is an infection by one baby, chances of infecting others are very high. So we call upon the Ministry of Health as well as the government that this NICU should be equipped with all the facilities that it.
Thank you. Honorable Karuya, followed by Honorable Awor Betty and Honorable Anna Adeke.
Yeah, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm Andrew Chizakaluya, Member of Parliament, representing the people of Chigulu South, and I'm the Shadow Minister for Education. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the President for fulfilling his constitutional mandate of giving us the State of the Nation address. And in what he talked about, I want to also emphasize a lot on the issues of health and corruption, the fight against corruption. Right Honorable Speaker, the President has always talked about improving the health sector, and it is very clear that government is doing whatever it can to ensure that that sector is really performing to its best. However, Right Honorable Speaker, when we look at the policy, the government policy of having health center 4s in all constituencies, there are some constituencies, whereas the Prime Minister was explaining the other day, but I think we should give it a little bit of urgency. I want to pinpoint out my constituency, where Chigulu South constituency hosts Iganga municipality. And Iganga municipality, when it was elevated to a constituency level, Iganga hospital was now for the municipality. That means that my constituency is lacking a health center 4. How I wish that government fast tracks the issue of having health center 4s in all constituencies as pledged by government. Right Honorable Speaker, when we go to Iganga General Hospital, just as my colleague Senteza has put it, Iganga Hospital is on the the Trans-African Highway, all the way from Busia, I can say all the way from South Africa, Cape Town, to Egypt, Cairo. This highway is prone of accidents, especially the section between Busia and Kampala. That covers Kawolo as well. How I wish that we give special priority to these hospitals in terms of refurbishment and rehabilitation, so that they can accommodate the accidents that happen on these highways from time to time. Right Honorable Speaker, I also want to tackle the issue of corruption, and in that same vein, I want to thank Honorable Balam for the work he's doing as far as exposing corrupt officials, especially in local government and in schools. However, The NRM.
Thank you. Honorable Wall, Honorable Deke.
I thought I was audible enough. Sorry. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I just would like to also remind probably the Minister of Health and the President about CT scan for Gulu Lacho Hospital, which was promised. It was a pledge right in 2019. That was in the 10th Parliament. To date, nothing has been gone there. Even on health, the whole country, we don't have PET scan, and yet cancer is a very big problem to the country. Right Honorable Speaker, Gulu City is agro-industrial city. But sometimes I also feel ashamed that we call it agro-industrial city. This is due to unfairness in distribution of resources, even in diagnosing problems of the country. When we allow some other places of the country to develop faster, for example, when we talk about milk and diagnosing, analyzing that problem, why can't we do it also in other regions? For example, right now we talk about even restocking in northern part of Uganda or in a Acholi sub-region, 5 animals per household. Is it in 1 quarter you give only to maybe about 5 people? People are going to die even before they get these animals, especially the elderly. And again, for us in northern part of Uganda, we used to use animal traction, that is oxen, for plowing our areas. Right now, the poverty is even going up and up because we cannot go into this commercialization of agriculture. The tractors are not enough, but maybe oxen would be enough. So while President talked of Kisanja no sleep, I love it. I know that it is trying also very much to let resources reach down to the grassroots. He wants to see that people are self-reliant, but he has started very late. He said, Kisanja now, no more sleep. Kisanja, no more corruption. Which means he has been allowing corruption to be there, but he is now saying, Kisanja, no more corruption. For 40 years, why are we like this? We should have been beyond this. When we talk about, is it money economy? We are just talking about money economy to some other areas, not all other areas. Go to my area there. I think that is not non-issue. That is completely non-issue. Let us talk about the majority of people.
Thank you. Honorable Deke.
Thank you, Right Honorable. This address being a constitutional obligation that the head of state performs once every year is of great significance, and being the first State of Nation address preceding the general election, it was my expectation that the status of our governance and our electoral democracy would be a factor that would feature in the head of state's address. Unfortunately, the only mention that was made of elections was a congratulatory message to the NRM for the election. Right Honorable Speaker, the status of our democracy generally is worrying, in my view, in my own humble view, is worrying. And being that it's the first year after the general election, there's been a worrying trend that has continued to feature in our politics as a country of abductions and missing persons and gross human rights violations that have continued to feature in our politics. In the aftermath of the election, many political actors, or rather significant political actors, fled into exile. Robert Chagulanyi Honorable fled into exile. And now recently, my good friend Honorable Semuju has announced that he's in exile and will not be returning soon. All that stems from the intolerance that has characterized our politics as a country. I feel that it should have been an opportunity for the head of state to give direction for the country, to all the organs and systems of government and to affirm his commitment, if it at all exists, to having a tolerant and accommodative space for all of us as a country that is enjoying multi-party politics. So I urge government to, in its workings, seriously consider these matters, because severally the issues of abductions have featured here, and government is as bleak as we are, asking also where are these missing persons. It's something that I think that we need to honestly speak to and put an end to. And then on the issue of agriculture, the president adopted the use of local terms in our local languages to probably help speak to the population on the commitment to these different things. For agriculture, he chose the word Aymar in Ateso. And my view is that Teso sub-region has for very long been marginalized. Being a sub-region that used to do a lot of cattle, we all know what happened. In the past, we...
Yeah, thank you. Katsime Adrin, Lenia Charity, Nyeko Johnson. Now, colleagues, you don't need to stand up, and you don't need to make any sign to me, or to remind me, okay? I know all of you. I have you here on the list. I'm going to pick you. Maybe what I do, what members must know, I'm balancing NRM, opposition, independent. That's number one. Number two, I'm trying to balance regions. I don't want to pick people from the same region at once. So when you see me, don't just follow a list, okay? I don't just follow a list. For example, in independence, I've just picked 3. Now, when I see you insisting, then you make me ask, so you want to speak and go. I usually say, just, okay, I'll pick you toward the end when I'm about to finish. So just remain seated, humble. You will see me picking you, okay? Just for guidance purposes. If you feel you're late, you had something to do, you sneak out quietly. I won't have a problem with that. So I had allowed Honorable Adrin, followed by Honorable Lenia Charity, then Honorable Nyeko.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm Adrin Katsime, a Honorable Member of Parliament representing Shema District. I arise on the matter of thanking His Excellency for his insightful leadership, especially in money economy. In my constituency, Shema District, we have 74 parishes, and out of 74 parishes, the 70 parishes are in money economy, and we are so grateful to His Excellency for giving us that money, and we are so honored also that we are looking forward to the increment that is soon coming or has arrived to the accounts, and the people are so thankful to His Excellency. However, the 4 parishes have not received the PDM, and I would also like to say, if they received this PDM, they would be on the same run with the other 70, and our district would be doing so well, as in far as household income is concerned. So His Excellency, us as the leaders, we are looking forward especially on mindset change. Like my colleague has said, we have given money, but some of them are saying we will chew our money the government has offered. But I know we will speak to them and guide. And also, Right Honorable Speaker, infrastructure development is the backbone of Uganda's economic transformation. I would like to say, I know it has always been said here, but as Shema District, we have made strides in as far as development is concerned, especially when you talk about roads. But however, on national roads, we need help. When you talk of Ishaka, when you talk of Mbara Kabohe, we need to work on those roads. When you talk of Ishaka Busheng, we need those roads worked on. When you talk of Kabohech, Tagata, Mitoma, we need that road worked on. And when we work on those roads, I want to tell His Excellency and the Right Honorable Speaker that we will be doing well because we are an economy that is looking forward to the growth. I conclude by thanking His Excellency the President and the NRM government for providing means for individuals, families, institutions and companies that are part of the socio-economic transformation story of our country under the leadership of His Excellency the President of Uganda. Adrian Katsime, Shema District.
Thank you, Honorable Lenia.
Right Honorable Speaker, I'm Lenia Charity Kevin, Member of Parliament representing the people of Vura County, Arua District. Right Honorable Speaker, as we reflect on the President's SONA today and the commitment to transforming agriculture, allow me highlight on a particular issue in Vura that was as well established in the new vision today, and that is the Aroi Bridge that was under the Agriculture Cluster Development Project. Right Honorable Speaker, from the district survey, it stated that this particular bridge was contracted by the Ministry of Agriculture, and actually the money for the bridge was provided as well. But now the site has been abandoned. When you look back from the information in the district, you get to see that the contractor says he received partly the payment. That's why he cannot complete the bridge. But the ministry says that for them, they allocated money for this bridge, and they believe and know that the bridge is complete. But when you go to site, it is abandoned, no work has been done. Right Honorable Speaker, this is a very vital issue, especially to the people of Vura County and in Ringili Parish in particular. I request that this issue is investigated seriously. On another note, Right Honorable Speaker, we have one health center for. It is there but non-functional, and it is not operational as well. Yes, we have infrastructure that was under Dr. Deep, but no equipments. We have written to the Ministry of Health several times. I had conversations with him on a personal level several times about this particular health center, the only one we have in that district, and yet non-functional, not operational. We have the infrastructure very empty with no equipments. My prayer is that, one, the issue of the bridge I spoke earlier about is investigated, and two, that at least we get equipment. If not, let's receive a response why we have empty buildings with zero equipments. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Nyeko. Honorable Ayepa. Then Youth Central.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to congratulate you for being elected. This is my maiden speech. Uganda is very big. There are so many MPs. I will not say why I am just speaking today, because you have to cover many, many people. Kindly allow me to say these few words. I would like to congratulate the President for his State of the Nation address. At the same time, I would like to say, in Lamour, while you see other places as more vulnerable to disaster, like landslide, etc., Lamour is extremely vulnerable to storm. I've heard many people complaining of, but our students have no classrooms. Even took photographs I've sent to the Prime Minister's office way back about 5 to 6 months ago. Children have no classrooms in Madope, Agoro, many places in Agoro, and Padibe. The photographs are there. response has been very slow. I can request that the response is speeded up. About health, I've been concerned about the health of Lamour. I took the initiative to clean up Lamour towns. I would like to thank the government for picking up that and making it a national issue. While cleaning Lamour towns, we came to Agoro Health Center. I would like to appreciate the government for making a very nice maternity center. But I'm proud of my government that it doesn't make a program of building a hospital or maternity center without equipment. I found that place empty of any bed. The mothers were lying down. But anyway, on a simple note, because I'm committed to government, I furnished that place. So I would like to request an investigation whether the government decided to build that maternity center unfurnished and deliver it to Lamour. Thank you so much for allowing me this time. I would like to give time for other people. I would like you to consider me next time to speak more, because people have spoken.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you.
I just wanted to guide you, Honorable, that taking pictures and sending them to the Prime Minister is good, but not the formal right way. So the formal right way, every district has a district disaster committee, which is chaired by the COW. Okay? So when you get such a disaster in your constituency, you should call on the COW to come with the district disaster committee. They assess and make a report and submit it to Prime Minister. And then give you a copy. Now, when I'm giving you space here, it becomes much easier for the same. Because you see, technical people must do their work. That is to go through the technical stages. Okay? Yeah. So that's the only guidance I wanted to give, Honorable. I appreciate you. Honorable Yep.
Yeah, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to join my colleagues in thanking the President for the State of the Nation address. This address was very detailed and very clear. The President pointed out the tenfold growth strategy in order to achieve the $10 billion economy within a period of like 10 years. He also pointed out the key sectors that we are supposed to concentrate on: agriculture, tourism, minerals, and science. And also the enablers. So as Parliament, these are areas we should be concentrating in when we are passing our budgets. Right Honorable Speaker, the President also mobilized the country to participate in money economy. The people of Abim have appreciated the money economy. They want to participate in this money economy. But for example, they want to go for agriculture. When they go for agriculture, they grow crops. The cows from the Karamojongs come and destroy these crops. If they don't destroy the crops, the drought come and they destroy the crops. When they try to keep, you try to keep the animals, then the Karamojongs come for those animals. The only solution to our people, is mining. In 2024, God gave us gold in Abim, a lot of gold. 2024, you go there, even if you don't know how to mine, you will never come back without getting like 300,000. But since that time, 2024, it went on for like some 6 months. The government closed this mine. They said they first wanted to put the toilets, they wanted first to put water and the roads. People are now saying, open for us these mines. If the people were allowed to mine from that time up to now, every household in Abim would have not less than 50 million. Just imagine how people would be rich. This question of anger in Karamoja would not be anything. So people are now saying, kindly, in order for us to participate, as the President is saying, open up the gold mine of Okemer. The place is called Okemer. Open up our gold mine so that artisanal gold miners go to mine this gold. And they participate in the money economy. Because we cannot do crop they will come for you. You cannot do animals, they will come for you. Last month, a man came out to check his goats that were making noise. He was shot dead. So the only thing is open up our gold mine. I asked the government to do that. Then there are 4, in terms of agriculture also, there are 4 parishes in Abim that are not benefiting from PDM. It has close to 2,000 households. We are saying we need not to leave anyone behind. We are going to leave this.
Thank you. Youth Central, followed by Wanyanya Shafiga, followed by Musinguzi Patrick, followed by Chiimba.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. This being my maiden speech, I'll join the rest of colleagues in congratulating you upon maintaining that seat. My name is Samuel Bejira. I represent Central Region Youth, and I rise here to support the motion of extending gratitude to His Excellency the President regarding the State of the Nation address. Right Honorable Speaker, as today we celebrate the International Youth Day, I wish to thank the President for involving young people in the money economy by the poverty eradication programs that his government has put in place, especially the parish development model that is doing wonders for young people. Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, as you already know, that 78% of the population of Uganda are youth. It is both exciting and worrying because 42% of our population is below the working age, that is 16 years and below. Therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, I wish to draw the attention of this House and also ask the President that the graduate fund that he spoke of in the campaigns would be a right step in the right direction of making sure that all young people move towards the money economy as we hope to grow our economy to $500 billion by 2040. Right Honorable Speaker, I also wish to pray that we prioritize the vision of the President that he spoke of making sure that we have very many, or that he adds on to the number of skilling hubs, because the current number of skilling hubs in the country are overpowered by the number of young people that are vying for these skills. Because at the moment, as you already know, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, young people are willing to work, but they are lacking employable skills which these skilling hubs are able to offer. I wish to ask the government and this House to prioritize making sure that we have those skilling hubs in place so that the number of skilling hubs in the country grows, and therefore we equip our young people with employable skills.
Thank you. Wanyanya Shafiga, Musinguzi Patrick.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I thank you for giving me this opportunity to make my maiden contribution to the State of the Nation address. Right Honorable Speaker, I commend His Excellency for his vision of wealth creation, commercial agriculture, tourism development, and infrastructure expansion. As a Member of Parliament for Bungoko North, I support this and believe that with strategic investments, especially in infrastructure, we are going to be able to achieve this. Right Honorable Speaker, Bungoko North is richly endowed with very fertile agricultural lands, very hardworking people, unique cultural heritage, and breathtaking scenery, like the Wanale Hills that you've been there yourself. And despite all this potential in tourism, we haven't been recognized as a tourism destination. But I believe all these are because of the infrastructures we have in place, like the Mbale Kokonje Road. Right Honorable Speaker, this road is 21 kilometers, and it has featured in so many national budgets from 2015. This road here is not just a road, but it is an economic lifeline for my constituency in Bungoko North. So we pray that this time, again, as the Minister of Works read it in this budget, we pray that this time it's worked on, it's prioritized. Right Honorable Speaker, the other issue is rural electrification. We have sub-counties of Wanale, Budwale, and Bubyango sub-county where we do not have electricity. The poles have been planted for years, but we've not been able to get the wires to connect us to the grid. So I pray that this time, as they are looking at connectivity in the next one, we should also be prioritized as a region. Right Honorable Speaker, I also look at the issue of upgrading Wanale Health Center 3 to an Health Center 4. Bungoko North being very hard to reach, our constituency is used as a place where they dump those civil servants that are stubborn, because they know if they are put there, they will find it very hard to go and work, so it's like a punishment ground. So my prayer is we upgrade Wanale Health Center 3, that it can be able to bring services closer to the people, and it will also reduce the congestion in Mbale City, where we go to in case we are not able to handle at Health Center 3 status. Right, Honorable Speaker, my prayer is also in the education sector, where we are having very poor grades. For example, in the last primary living education results, our pupils who sat, we had 36% that failed completely. We had 35% that were in Division 3 and 26% in Division 2, with no one in Division 1. My prayer, Right Honorable Speaker, is the ministry.
Thank you. Patrick, then Chiemba.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity, and today being my maiden speech. I would like to thank God who has made you catch my eye so that I can also say something on this floor of Parliament. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me join my colleagues to thank the President of Uganda, His Excellency, for the State of the Art or State of the Nation address, where he spoke and talked about so many things. I would like to applaud him for being a very good film shower, and those films or videos that he normally shows us, they have made me learn a lot, that you can start from a humble beginning and you grow. And this I would like to bring to your attention, Right Honorable Speaker, that while I was the leader for 7 years trying to start up or do my businesses, I learned that people of leader are people that are giving us an example whereby people start small and they grow bigger. Why? They have a belief that jobs are for Westerners. So the students get out of school, universities, and immediately they start working. And they do, or they self-employ themselves, and they have grown from one step to another. Right Honorable Speaker, I will speak on PDM. As a good student, when the President directed us as members of Parliament that we should go and invite stakeholders, PDM stakeholders, I did. And I invited over 200 people. And one of the observations that I learned or I saw personally is that money was being misallocated. That is one. Secondly, information dissemination on how to use those funds wasn't being done in the right direction. And the youth have not been included into the money economy. But Right Honorable Speaker, I want to affirm to you that I have recollected that. I have also invited youth into the stakeholders meeting, youth leadership, and of which we have rectified that. And in the near future, you will see many of my youth getting involved in the money inclusion economy. Right Honorable Speaker, I had an opportunity to move around over the 22 parishes. And one of the things that mesmerized me, Right Honorable Speaker, was the way the parish offices are looking like. They don't need a lot of money to be refurbished, but Right Honorable Speaker, I request through your office and the Ministry of Local Government to refurbish those parish offices so that when the works are being done or the stakeholders are conducting the aspect of giving out parish development money, be given in right places.
Thank you. Chiemba, Lawila Otekayot, Achia Kaste.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Kimba Emmanuel, a member of Parliament representing Bukoto Midwest in Rengo District. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to join my fellow members to thank the President of Uganda for the State of the Nation he gave us and the nation at large. Right Honorable Speaker, according to the State of the Nation, there are some key points which I picked in that speech, and one of them is letting people join the money economy. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to tell you that in Ruengo district, there is a very sensible and a very good road which is connecting Masaka City to Lyantonde. That road is passing via Chiwangala, Tondeba, Chibuye, Ndebo of Ruengo, north of Kampala. And it is going to Lakai up to Lyantonde. That road is very, very crucial to the people of that area. But since the president of Uganda came to our area in 2016 when he was campaigning, and he promised the people of that area that that road is going to be tarmacked, the central government, which was working upon that road, because that road was maintained by the central government, it was tarmacked with the first-class malam. From there and then, the central government withdrew from maintaining that road. My prayer is going to the Ministry of Roads and Works. They should come in. If the tarmac is a long term, let them maintain our road with malam. Another issue, Right Honorable Speaker, is water pipe. There's a project in my district which was commenced in 2021. The Ministry of Water came to my area and they started planting pipes. They were transferring water from Chazanga to Ruengo Lulo.
You know, Honorable Lowila, Tekayot, Honorable Achia Kaste, Honorable Aja.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me use this opportunity to start by also congratulating you for retaining your seat. And I rise to support the motion. Right Honorable Speaker, it is clear to many of us that the country has made tremendous strides in development under the wise and visionary leadership of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So I would not wish to exert a lot of efforts in talking about what has been well achieved, but I want to point out areas that need more focus. And Right Honorable Speaker, following from the submissions of colleagues, the outcry on road issues is so amazing. And if we look at the records that we have, quite a lot has been done. So you wonder where the problem is, because it is true that the road network in the country has improved. Quite a number of kilometers have been tarmacked, and yet the outcry is still big. In my area, actually sub-region, it is unfortunate and it is very disturbing that we are still talking of roads that were constructed during colonial rule, Right Honorable Speaker. We have been talking about the Lira-Kidgum Road. It is good that work is ongoing on the road from Rekunye, Apach, Lira. Unfortunately, it is stopping in Pura. The section from Pura to Acholibu is part of a colonial road. So I'm really wondering how priorities are set. Because a lot has been done, why is it that up to now, we still have roads open up during colonial rule, not constructed, not tarmac? Let us really try to improve on how we set our priorities. And Right Honorable Speaker, I also want to applaud the President on the youth skilling program. Today we are celebrating International Youth Day. This program is spot on, Right Honorable Speaker. The youth who are getting skills from these presidential skilling hubs are really making now a good living. At least we have testimonies and we see what they're doing. My concern in this area.
Thank you, Kabong. And,
thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Achia Kathy, Woman Member of Parliament, Kabong District. I stand to raise a matter of national importance, state of national address, sorry. Sorry, we are learning, you know.
Maiden speech you're protect. I'll give you 4 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I raised the issue of alcoholism leading to malnutrition, which is caused by heavy drinking to poor food intake and lack of nutrients in the body. Most of my people in the region, as you know, of recent they are dying of hunger. Most of them were taking this alcohol without eating. And they get this kind of, sometimes the stomach swells and then they say it's another disease. They go to Moroto for some diseases, which I don't know. And others say it is witchcraft. It is really terrible. I don't know the people who are manufacturing this alcohol, especially these small ones in the small bottle called the spear. And then some called the pinko in the small sachet. Through you, Honorable Speaker, request the ministries, the Ministry of Gender and Social Development and the Sister Security to protect and control this kind of alcohol which is finishing our people. It is another gun which is killing our people. The gun is already put aside, but alcohol has become another gun killing Karamojons. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Aja. Followed by Honorable Natsita Betty, Honorable Ayo Joyce Makamoy, Honorable Patience Nkunda.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to first thank you for giving me the opportunity to host you in Kabale. I was very privileged. Thank you very much.
I won't tell people where you took me.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to join the rest of my colleagues to thank His Excellency the President for an elaborate State of the Nation address. Right Honorable Speaker, I'll more or less speak about Kigezi, the region that I come from. As far as we are concerned, the people of Kigezi and the people of Kabale in particular, we are a very big industrial hub, a tourism hub, and we are also looking at having a very big industry in terms of annual production in Kigezi. Right Honorable Speaker, the President promised us many tourism roads, and we are happy that at least we got a meeting on the issue of Lake Munyenyi. We think things are going to get better, but we also need more roads, bigger road network. Colleagues, please come to Kigezi for tourism. We will enjoy the views and sights and sounds of Africa, where you will see Lake Bunyonyi, the mountain gorillas, the climbing lions, and so on. So really, for us Kigezi, we are very privileged to be a very beautiful place in as far as we are concerned. That was Speaker. We had a very big issue of iron ore, and the question was, is it power to the ore or ore to the power? The President has already given us power to the ore, for we now have a very big high voltage line that is in Rwanda district, and we are ready to host the biggest iron ore factory in Uganda and maybe even in Africa. So when that one comes, Right Honorable Speaker, we believe we will say goodbye to unemployment for youth. One salute the President for taking on this very keenly. Right Honorable Speaker, we also would want to see Kigezi being a tourism city or a tourism place to have a very big airport. And we are happy that when the President came to Kabale, especially among the terrorist celebrations, the Nyamiringa airport was talked about, much as he did not say it as the State of the Nation address, but we see it that as one of the promises that may come very soon. And I salute the President for that. Right Honorable Speaker, I will not go into too much, but I want to salute him for the...
Thank you. Honorable Naksita Betty.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I am Natsita Betty, woman MP in Namtumba District, and I want to thank you for this opportunity to thank the President for providing his strategic speech that gave Uganda a direction and reaffirmed the commitment of the government to job creation, to wealth creation, to unity and stability. And above all, I want to thank the President for his persistent desire to change the lives of Ugandans. When he started in 1997 with the Ntandikwa, in 2001, the NADS program, 2013, Operation Wealth Creation, 2020, Emioga, 2022, started with PDM. I want to thank the President that at least very many people who had not gotten a million in their households, at least right now, they have an opportunity to use that 1 million to change their lives. And we have seen various videos where he has showed that 1 million is changing lives. Right Honorable Speaker, however, in Namutumba, we have a constituency, a full constituency which does not have a seed school, that is Busiki North. It has affected very many people in that constituency, especially those people who are coming from primary. It's very hard to join secondary because they have to go to other constituencies and the distance is long, hence a dropout from that level. So I was saying here the Minister of Education to see that at least this time round you budget for constituency to have a seed school. Thank you. I submit.
Thank you. Honorable Ayo Joyce. Followed by Honorable Kunda, Patience, then Honorable Fungaro.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I would love to take this opportunity to appreciate His Excellency for the address he gave us. He gave us a flashback of where Uganda came from and also gave us a vision of where Uganda is going. I would love to take this opportunity to let the Minister for Health know that during the President's campaign in Abim district, President assured the people of Abim that the health centers of Abim are going to be upgraded. For example, the health center 2 of Gangming, the health center 2 of Atunga, Opopongo sub-county, Kiru town council, and Obolokome, which is in Morulem town council. I therefore request the Minister for Health to take this into consideration and to also not forget Abim Hospital. That is the only hospital we have, but it is not in a good state. Abim Hospital doesn't have running water. You can imagine that if a mother gives birth, the caretaker has to carry from outside 6 jerrycans to help in the cleaning of the hospital. So we request that this is a matter of urgency that requires attention. We were also promised by the President that they're going to work on the roads. For example, the road that leads Abim out and in. That is the road of Soroti, Amuria, Abim, and there is also Lira, Aleptong, Abim. Those are the only roads that leads us to the rest of the country. So we request that these roads are put into consideration. We have a pressing matter of electricity. Yes, some parts of Abim have electricity. For example, Maga doesn't have electricity lights, yet the poles were put in place. So that doesn't mean that that is wastage of resources if the poles are in place and the lights are not there. Another sub-county is Nyakwai sub-county. The poles are there, but the lights are not there. So that is also wastage of resources. I therefore request that since we have been experiencing famine in the district as Abim, we received food from the office of the Prime Minister. We appreciate. However, to cap the future famine situations, we are requesting for seeds and we are also requesting for holes so that our people can start cultivating since the district has started receiving some rains. With this few, I would love to say thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Honorable Patience Nkunda. Honorable
Thank you,
Ngalo.
Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I want to first congratulate you for retaining this seat as our Deputy Speaker for the 12th Parliament, and I want to bring greetings to this House from Pan-African Parliament. Right Honorable Speaker allowed me to add my voice on thanking His Excellency, especially for the things he has done to this country, especially for keeping peace and security. Most of the people might not understand me, but me, someone who comes from the village which borders with DRC, where guns, big guns, go off all night long, firing, they will not understand apart from me. So I want to thank the President to see that people of Kanungu still sleeps very well without fear because of the security. Right Honorable Speaker, the President's speech emphasized on eradicating poverty through agriculture, mining, and tourism. You understand that Kanungu owns all those. Today, Kanungu is a gold hub. And I want to thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for visiting my village in Bwindi National Park. I come from Bwindi National Park. It's like 4 kilometers from my home. Right Honorable Speaker, there is no way these people will come out of poverty when some people in some sectors will not help our people to do what President emphasizes on. President Museveni has done his part, and I want to ask those people to do their part. You understand, in April when we were in Chankwanz, we met His Excellency, and he gave a directive on paying some people's debts. In Kanungu, we have an issue of tea, and President said the factories should be given money to revamp them because these factories are all collapsing. Farmers should be given fertilizers to make sure that their tea can grow. And there are some people who are still demanding. Others have died of deaths because of the tea seedlings that they are supplied. Right Honorable Speaker, I request you to talk to these ministries, especially Ministry of Finance, to be able to provide the 132 billion that President gave to the people of tea nursery beds and fertilizers. Right Honorable Speaker, we have an issue of tourism in Kanungu, tourism roads. The road from Kanyantologo to Buhoma needs to be worked on. There is no way that tourists will keep coming when that road is impassable. There is a road from Hamugwa, Kelele to Kanungu needs to be worked on. Honorable Speaker, the gold mining was closed in Kanungu recently by the minister, and people had got...
Thank you. Honorable Fungalo.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The State of the Nation address is a status report, mandatory, mandated by the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda 1995, particularly Article 101, subsection 1. Now, look at the issue of timing, and that is where my presentation comes from. It is always presented at a certain specific time, particularly when we are going to read the new budget, when Parliament is going to have a new session. And that is the issue of, that's where the element of status report comes from. As chairman of the West Nile Parliamentary Caucus, I would like to say this. From time to time, we see when the president is making the Status of Nation address after every year, projects which were promised to be implemented in West Nile will be caught by the next Status of Nation address when they have not been implemented. We lose time. I give you examples. Today, we are talking about an airport called Arua International Airport. Look at the previous Status of Nation addresses. It was mentioned several times, not constructed. We are talking about Inzikru Stadium. Many stadiums have been built in other places. This one has not been done, caught by time. Go to Obongi. Obongi still doesn't have electricity connections. But if you go to the government complaining about electricity, they'll tell you there is money in the budget. Indeed, there is money. But it has been caught by time, year after year. Why does the government not take West Nile seriously to the elements, to the extent that West Nile programs don't fit within the cycle of planning and implementation of government projects? That's where the problem is. So I would like us to look at the element of time. You can have all the resources of the world in your hands, but if you don't have time, nothing happens. On my own behalf, and on the behalf of the people of Obongi, the people of West Nile whom I represent here, I would like West Nile for once to be taken seriously, so that a project put on the timetable to be implemented should be finished on time. On time. That is where the problem is. Everything we are complaining about is almost mentioned in one program or the other, and it has money. In Obongi, we have problems of connectivity. There is money under NITIU given by the World Bank to connect internet there. It has not been done. In Obongi, we don't have electricity. There is money put.
I think you've seen how difficult it is to finish on time. Let's do it on time. Okay? Yeah. Honorable Nsamba, then Honorable Yeku. Sometimes issues are beyond your control.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, my conception of the state of the nation would be that the president uses to update the country on the commitments they made, the government made the previous year, and what lies ahead. Right Honorable Speaker, I always get dismayed by the people who write these speeches. Every financial year, on the matter of number of kilometers covered by in this country, tarmac roads, every financial year they come with a different figure. And unfortunately, this time it changed downwards. And that was very unfortunate. What kills us, or what makes us, is the promise. As he speaks, he mentioned some of our roads, which are very critical to our people. He said these are very critical roads, and for the last so many years, 10 years, he has been mentioning the road that connects Kasanda, Mianzi, Kasanda, Chiboga. Every state of the nation, the road appears. But when it comes to the budget, that road always disappears. Now, there is only a week between the state of the nation and the budget. Why would the president be made to promise people, then he changes the following week about the same? Right Honorable Speaker, the road I'm talking about has been in the news recently because of the high dust that has been there. Right Honorable Speaker, much of the gold that is sold in this country comes from Kasanda. But we have the poorest road network there. But there is one road that we particularly come and remind this country that Mianzi to Chiboga is a very critical road. It connects many districts. It connects the entire Hoima, Chiboga to western Uganda. You just cut off from Chiboga to Kasanda, you go to Masakandio in Imbarara, and so short like that. It is not very long, only 63 kilometers, Right Honorable Speaker. But I wonder why Mr. Museveni, every time he comes, he promises.
The title of the president is set by Constitution, and we suggest you use it.
Thank you very much, sir. But I thought, when I do not one time talk about your ministerial docket, you would not complain. But on another day, I think it is not always a must. But His Excellency has been promising that road for the last so many years. And by the way, when he did the trek to go to places where when he was fighting to come, he came and used that same road in Kasanda. But every year, every now and again, it is a promise that never comes. So now I want to plead, Right Honorable Speaker, that going forward in future State of the Nations, let the President only talk about that which is government has already planned in the budget, because he already knows what is in the budget. There is no reason why we keep matters that are not in the budget and we tell them to people, they get excited.
Electricity. But Right Honorable Speaker, at a radius of less electricity. But Right Honorable Speaker, at a radius of less than 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, I am now talking about Soroti City and Soroti District. Because Soroti City was carved off from Soroti District. A radius of 5 kilometers, Right Honorable Speaker. Even now, preserving vaccines is a problem. Deliveries at night is a problem. Even boosting the local economy, whereby you would be powering mills, shops, people would be able to do business. And if we are talking about going to a 100 billion economy, it means that even the local revenue from these economies within the villages should begin being productive. Right Honorable Speaker, my prayer, because I know the time may not allow me, so I need to take it very carefully. My prayer is that, can we, instead of concentrating on the bigger picture, there are these urban centers that are growing. Can we connect them to the grid and have electricity before we think of the bigger picture? 2 kilometer radius. I go to town to buy a dough, and yet I can produce it, but the power lines, the 3-phase, are going over. And later on, when the vandalism begins, you cannot even blame the people. Right Honorable Speaker, we need this issue to be raised and helped so that our communities become productive if we are to go. The second one, before I can get off this stage, Right Honorable Speaker, the orange farmers in Teso, you know, the drought is very serious. And I don't want to be among those who will not say that they also need to be compensated. Tea has been compensated, sugar, they have burnt, they have compensated. These orange farmers also, the trees, most especially the pests, they destroy the trees before they even fruit. And when we asked government at that time that come and help us with pesticide, because there's a different...
Thank you. Yes. Honorable Kuzizibwe, Honorable Maju Peter, Honorable Wabsani Stephen.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, I also join my colleagues in thanking the President for the good State of the Nation address that emphasized ATMs. And on the issue of agro-industrialization, if we are to achieve a lot in agro-industrialization, we need as government to increase the allocation of budget to the agriculture sector. Because during the Maputo Protocol and the Malabo Declaration, the member states of UN agreed to allocate 10% to the agriculture sector. But our budget here is always 2%, 3%. So we must decisively increase the budget of the agriculture sector to at least 6% so that we can achieve a lot. And this is how the farmers will be able to be supported with irrigation, with value addition. This is how Mawale Tea Factory will be supported. The tea farmers, the coffee farmers in this country will be supported if we increase the allocation of agriculture budget. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, on the issue of health, Mwenge North has no health center for, and we have a population of about 150 people. And we have a health center called Bufunj Health Center 3. Our prayer is that the Ministry of Health should upgrade it to a health center 4 so that the people of Mwenge North do not have to travel many kilometers to access health services. I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Imaji Peter, followed by Honorable Absani Stephen. Then I add on Namrondo Sarah.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Maju Peter Paul, representing the people of Kasilo County in Serere District. Right Honorable Speaker, a few months ago, I was trekking with you in Chankwanzi, and I remember vividly telling you that the gods will absolve you. I want to join the rest of the colleagues to congratulate you for taking up that seat and for leading this parliament once again. Right Honorable Speaker, I rise to support the motion expressing gratitude to His Excellency the President for a precise and concise presentation of the State of Nation, which happened on the 4th of June. Right Honorable Speaker, the address of the President provided very precise direction in terms of infrastructure development, agriculture, industrialization, human capital development, and more importantly, service delivery. Mr. Speaker, this being my maiden speech, allow me congratulate His Excellency upon retaining the position of President for Uganda. I would also like to thank the people of Kasilo County for the first time in 30 years for changing leadership and giving NRM the opportunity. I am proud to stand here as the first NRM legislator from Kasilo County. Mr. Speaker, I don't know the name you're mentioning, but thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, there are a few items that I would like to raise regarding Kasilo County, specifically related to the speech that the President gave. Mr. Speaker, the President in the State of Nation emphasized strengthening the health sector and improving access to health care. Mr. Speaker, a few weeks ago, I was in Apapai Health Center in my constituency. Whereas my eyes are used, my spirit has refused to accept the condition that Apapai Health Center has no ward. I saw women, children, fathers.
Since you deployed your gods to intervene for me, man, the man is powerful, eh? So
thank you, Mr. Speaker.
1 minute. Yeah.
My prayer is that Apapai Health Center is given a ward, Apapai Health Center is given a mortuary. Mr. Speaker, the issue of youth, I come from a place where our main activity is fishing. The government currently is controlling fishing in the lakes. Unfortunately, we are not doing this in a controlled manner. And as a result, a number of youth are affected. My ask to the government is that let's be able to fast-track projects that are going to help our youth, such that as we are removing them from the lakes, we give them alternative sources of income. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, we want to thank the government for promising to tarmac Kumi, Serere, Kagwara Road. I also want to pledge that within this year, in the infrastructure committee, we will be pushing for that road, but we ask that Serere Soroti Road is included as part of the tarmacking that will be done. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Wabsani Stephen. Then will be followed by Otober Werbon Odia, followed by Muhimbura Lloyd.
Mr. Speaker, sir, colleagues, Mr. Speaker, first of all, I'm Wabsani Stephen, from Shigai constituency in Urura district. Mr. Speaker, first of all, let me send my gratitude to the members here and to you. Last week, when I lost my dad, Mr. Speaker, I received the overwhelming support from colleagues here, from the commissions, and your office. And I want to thank those ones who came to mourn with me, that may the Almighty God bless you. It is not easy as a member of parliament, more especially when you host people, because the villagers and the people at home expect you to be at the same level as a member of parliament. And without your support, I wouldn't have met the expectation is. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, at the same note, let me join my colleagues also to express my gratitude for the nation address by His Excellency the President. Mr. Speaker, when you look at our behavior, for example, people who have made money, people who have made colleagues, people who have seen everything, and you have reached a certain age, it is very difficult to go raw, look like a baker, give guidance, and give direction. When you look at His Excellency the President begging us, at this time, His Excellency would have said, what have I not seen? He'd be resting somewhere in an island. He'd be in a certain country. He'd be enjoying because he has worked for it. But at this time, he goes ahead to beg us and go ahead and show the examples of what he has gone through. His Excellency has not shown any sign of tiredness in as far as leading this country. And I want to thank that this is an opportunity for me to thank him. That much as we look at you with a certain age, but we believe that God would have given you time, more time to lead this country, more and the years to come. Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, when you look at
let me give you 1 minute because I know you used the minute thanking colleagues over the unfortunate.
Mr. Speaker, 3 factors that I want to put across. The issue of power have been emphasized by my colleagues. I equally do the same. The issue of our road network from Bubulo to Bududa is just 28 kilometers. Your Excellency, we have the biggest thing over hills where you have national craft flow water, and once that one is put in, once that one is sorted out, my people of Shigai will be very grateful for this country and for this government. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I've seen friends of Arion around. Your Excellency, that's yes. I had Namrondo Sara and then Muhimbora Loida.
Right Honorable Speaker, let me also take the opportunity to say congratulations to you and to our ministers, mostly the new ones. Namlondo Sara, the woman member of parliament, Buyende district. I stand to commend our president on the state of the national address. As he gave his speech, he talked of the issue of the money economy. But however, when you look at that sector, it entails a lot. We need a lot to be done so that we reach where we want to be. Buyende district is constitutes of 2 constituencies, 14 sub-counties, 73 parishes, and 547 zones. When you look at our district, we always say at least every sub-county should have a government school. But in Huyende, 7 of them have been left out. We don't have. Because of time, I wouldn't really want to mention, but among those, we have Uganda sub-county, Iron Town Council, Buyanja, and many more. Then, second to that, we have issues with, still on the education. When you look at the education, the Bazukulu, most of them are dropouts, school dropouts, because of the distances involved from one school to another, or from home to the specified schools that are available. Then we have an issue with the transportation. When you look at our roads, we don't have any tarmac road in my district. All of them are maram. They are real in a sorry state. So I pray that when they are considering roads to be tarmacked, Buyende should be brought on board. We have those swamps which need some sort of bridges, like the Nawampasa, the Wakukutas, very many of them, to connect a sub-county to a sub-county, and then to connect Buyende to other districts, like Kaliro and...
Thank you. Muhimbura, then Otobe.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Charukunda Loida Twinomjuni. You've heard the Right Honorable Speaker calling me Muhimbura. That's a nickname I got because I worked for many people in Mbarara and they gave me that name. It means that I resurrected people. Yes.
Oh,
so, Right Honorable Speaker.
I thought it was your name.
Oh. So for records, my name is Charukunda Loida Twinomjuni. So the woman member of parliament representing Barara district. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I rise to appreciate and thank our President of the Republic of Uganda for the State of Nation address which he gave some time back, and he reaffirmed commitment to the government, by the government to the human capital development. He mentioned many things, of which education and sports was among, and I happen to be on the committee for education and sports. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the President of Uganda for the schools, UPE schools and SE schools. Those are government schools. My concern is about poor hygiene and poor sanitation in our schools. More especially when I go to the part of sports, we don't have toilets or places of convenience in our places where our children go for games. And in most cases, as MPs, we are invited to attend those games. For example, in Ankole, Western region, we had Ankole Cup. But to my concern, as MPs, when we are invited, we don't have places of convenience to go to. We can't go for nature's call. You find our children, even us. I witnessed one of us last year when we were in campaigns. One of us moved around in the bushes surrounding the playgrounds. This is serious. It's not a laughing matter. Right Honorable Speaker, I qualify as a public health specialist who gets concerned when our people get...
Honorable Speaker, allow me join the rest of the members in extending our sincere gratitudes to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda for the good prerogative and the mandate he has performed under SONA. Honorable Speaker, we are grateful that during the submission of the President, we were educated that our country is progressing well in terms of extending electricity in the different parts of the country. The Right Honorable Speaker, it is quite imperative that I should bring to the attention of the August House that my constituency, that is Aro North, we have 2 power generation stations, and they are contributing up to the tune of 82 megawatts to the national grid, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm quite in the know that the different lower local governments, the different institutions are supposed to be benefiting from this very rare facility being rendered in terms of connecting the schools, health facilities with power. The Right Honorable Speaker, to our dismay, most of these
maybe you used a minute pronouncing your name. So, so maybe we can compensate for that.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Once again, that unique name of mine is Otobe Wellborn Obia. Because of the uniqueness of the name, Honorable Speaker, we have a bridge in Ajahn Sub-County that was swept away because of heavy downpours. Honorable Speaker, it is my humble appeal. That bridge is called Wadlach. At one time, the ministry went on the ground to do the assessment. They did a good assessment, but we are still waiting for their immediate response so that it is really put right. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for your kindness. May God bless you.
Thank you, Cheutich. Cheutich Rufina, Frank Adome.
Honorable Speaker, Cheutich Rufina is my name, from Karamoja and representing the people of Amudat. Honorable Speaker, I also want to join my colleagues in appreciating the President in his State of Nation address, especially on his support to infrastructure. My concern is on health sector. Mr. Speaker, Amudat has a population of 202 with 11 sub-counties. 6 sub-counties are under Health Center 2, 2 sub-counties Health Center 3, and 1 sub-county under Health Center 4. 2 sub-counties, Kongorok and Karita, has no hospital completely. Mr. Speaker, the health workers in this district is President gave a direction to graze in the park. You find, Mr. Speaker, I have copies of fees paid to the UA through courts. People were predisposed. 32 million were paid by the people to pay the UA, and some paid without receipts. This is very sad. I don't know, Mr. Speaker, whether the President knows about this. My people are suffering. Last night, people were beaten in the park. They were beaten in the park, and therefore, as I speak, my heart is really bleeding for the people. Yes, kindly think about this and see how we can support the community. Because of climate change, it is really giving a problem. We are
Thank you. Our government chief whip, did the Minister for Tourism, meet with the MPs, okay, from the affected area. Might be beyond Honorable Cherotich Aron, okay? Yeah, it can include other colleagues from the area because, and they agree and they really understand what the problem is out here. Honorable Adome Frank, Honorable Kenny Auma, then I'll do Speranza Baguma, and we conclude with Haj Idi.
Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, allow me join the rest of the members in expressing gratitude to His Excellency, especially in the area of peace and security. You're all aware that Karamoja at one point stood out as the most insecure area. As we speak now, because of the disarmament process that was actually commanded by the President, His Excellency, has brought peace in the entire sub-region. So as we speak now, there's an influx of investors into the region. A case in place is Yabai Cement that has invested to a tune of about $300 million. They have put up a plant that produces 6,000 metric tons of cement, and this has created employment and also boosted the economy of Karamoja sub-region. However, Right Honorable Speaker, I want to interest the government, especially in carrying out a forensic audit. As I've said about the peace, there are so many other fake companies that have also moved in that are operating without licenses. And we've raised this over and again to the Minister of Mines to follow up, because I remember at one point we had an engagement with the ministry and a member raised an issue concerning a company that was mining deep in the bush. And the ministry was not even aware of that company. There was a Chinese company that was mining deep in the Kapiripur district. So if government can take up that issue and make a follow-up, especially monitoring those companies that have moved in during this period. I want to assure you that Karamoja is the next hope for this country. If government can put emphasis and make sure that we put policies that can guide us in especially harnessing the minerals in Karamoja sub-region, we will not be borrowing money from international community. If only we can utilize the resources and also the revenue that is raised there, then we'll be able to impact on our country and also on the local community in Karamoja. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm sure Honorable Nyamtoro have you shared that with Honorable Nyamtoro?
Yes, I have a report that I'm going to submit to her.
Please, yeah, share with Honorable Nyamtoro. She's very proactive. Sure, she will take action right away. Okay, Nauma.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the President for fulfilling his constitutional obligation. Right Honorable Speaker, President on every occasion has talked about universal primary education across the country. And when we move across the country, we see a lot of dropout, people are dropping out from school because there are parishes within the country that does not have primary school. And if they have, most of the schools are not being demarcated, or most of these primary schools are very far from where most of these people are supposed to study. Right Honorable Speaker, a case in point is my district, Kwania. There are parishes without government primary school, and there are sub-county without secondary school. To mention but a few, there is a sub-county called Akali sub-county, which does not have a secondary school. There is a Nambieso sub-county, just to mention but a few. Right Honorable Speaker, when you move throughout the country and you look at the condition of most of these schools, first of all, there are people who are still studying under a tree up to this era. This is very bad, Right Honorable Speaker. I will implore the Minister of Education to improve on most of these schools across the country. Parliament has been passing budget for government programs like student loan, sponsoring students for higher education. Right Honorable Speaker, the manner and the criteria in which most of these students are being given this sponsorship is not right. Most of this government sponsorship goes to students whose parents are rich,
whose parents can afford school fees and leaving the children of the poor to remain in the village. Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to implore this parliament that in Obore government, there was a government program called Boom, where the student or a child of a poor person will be given sponsorship to come and study at Makerere University. I will implore this parliament that let us give opportunity to the less privileges if Uganda must move forward. I thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Speranza.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Speranza Baguma Muhenda Abwoli, Woman Member of Parliament, Kienjojo District. And this being my maiden speech, I want to congratulate the Speaker for getting a second term to steer this House. Right Honorable Speaker, I join the rest of my colleagues to thank the President for his rich State of the Nation address that he gave, and which State of the Nation address has given the citizens of this country a lot of hope. However, Mr. Speaker, there is one particular matter that I want to talk about that the President cited out, the issue of continued investment in roads, electricity, and ICT being key in key drivers to industrialization and trade. Mr. Speaker, I want to bring to your attention that many areas in my district and even in the rest of this country, because we are national members of parliament, we are national leaders, do not have access to electricity. Most of the areas do not have access to internet. And where it is expensive and irregular. So my appeal is that internet is made affordable, electricity is made accessible, regularly available, and affordable. And Right Honorable Speaker, the issue of roads is in a bad, the roads are in a bad state, particularly in my district, which is very big with 900 villages and 31 sub-counties. One, not at the President for generously inviting us to join the money economy, the whole citizenry of this country. However, some of these things cannot be done without proper health care and even education. My district of 31 sub-counties has 2 sub-counties which...
Thank you. Now colleagues, Chenjojo, I visited Chenjojo so much during campaigns. And I think something really needs to be done for the big districts. Okay? Of course. For Chenjojo? Yes. Isinjiro is a southern and what? But look at Kasese. Okay, if I can go by the population, because I was calculating in terms of votes, I was hunting for votes. It was easier to calculate. Now, Karamoja, the whole of Karamoja, you have around 360,000 voters. The 9 districts. Kasese has 420,000. Okay? Kasese. 1 district. Okay? Oyam Chief Whip has how many? Yeah, Kasese has, I think, 54 sub-counties around there. Yes, yeah, and in Tunga more. So such now, if you give it the same as Mitoma, that has 7, because I must use myself as an example, that's being unfair, and that's why people agitate for districts. Because I remember when we pushed for Mitoma, it's because Bushenyi had, was so huge, had the 5 districts of Buhwenju, Mitoma, Rubirizi, Shema, now Igara, which is Bushenyi. So I think the government needs to go back and see a way of providing services not based on units of administration, but rather on population, on geographical futures and other futures. Otherwise, to be honest, it's when you look at Chenjojo, you look at Tororo, you look at Oyam, you look at Yumbe, you look at Kasese, it's total unfair. So I hope they are taking note and they can look at that. So I had allowed Honorable Idi Basaja Baraba. Now, colleagues, I see some of you are not happy with me. Okay, but instead of being annoyed with me, just wait, Honorable Haj. I got a list at the beginning of the session. The government chief whip took it through the members who were present and wanted to speak. And they ticked. I've been reading from it. The independents wrote down their names. The opposition wrote down these names. To make it very easy, because, I know Andrew Ranya, so I'm going to allow you, Honorable Andrew Ranya, because you had been here. So maybe I can just go through those who ticked, and maybe I forgot them. I can do quickly. Those who ticked, okay? Yeah, but it's not my problem that I'm not picking you if you were not here in time. At the time they did that. Because State of the Nation, I usually depend on the whips. Okay, but what I can do, like I promised colleagues and I delivered on that, what I'm going to do, those whom I don't pick today, I will go with your names. Tomorrow you're the ones I start with, like how I did for the ones of yesterday. Okay, so that there is fairness. Yeah, otherwise I've not targeted anyone. It's a difficult job being here. Yeah, but I love it. Please don't take it away from me. It's still nice. Yeah, I'm not complaining in any way. I'm only explaining how tricky it is. Yes, Haji Idi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. For the record, my name is Honorable Basaja Idi for Ushenyi Shaka Municipality. I think I join my colleagues also to thank His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda for a wonderful presentation, fulfilling his constitutional mandate for the State of the Nation address. Because basically, I would focus more on the money economy, on encouraging people to join the money economy so that we can have more people who earn, and as well as value addition, which attracts industrialization, to create more employment for Ugandans as a way of taking forward this country. I don't want to talk so much. The other issue that came up was the issue of not sleeping for more hours. We reduced our hours of sleeping because the country had been tainted with a lot of corruption. So, honorable colleagues, it was emphasized that it is our obligation within our magisterial areas, within our constituencies, to take on the fight against corruption. Don't wait for Honorable Baram, don't wait for the chief whip or the attorney general or the senior ministers to come to our areas to see how we are progressing. It's our mandate to take on whatever is being done. Is it done in regard to the law, or they are doing what they want? Otherwise, I don't want to talk so much. I thank you, and let us do this. Let us serve our people. Let us serve this country. Everyone is paying tax, and they need to be served. I thank you so much. I so submit, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much. Thank you for God and my country.
Thank you. Honorable Andrew Ranya.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me the chance to support the motion before the House. Right Honorable Speaker, the President was very emphatic on the matter of national economy, as my colleague has mentioned. However, since today is the National Youth Day, International Youth Day, I want to focus my discussion on 2 points. Number one is the aspect of sports, commercialization of sports. The government has done a splendid job in having infrastructure, in having a regulatory framework in place. However, we still have government too heavily involved in trying to make our talent commercialized. Can we therefore Right Honourable Speaker, I'm alive to Article 93 that restricts us from discussing financial matters that could affect the taxation. But I want to propose to the government, I want to urge the government that can we think of incentives for private sector that are supporting federations that are at the national level. At least 2 or 3 that are supporting federation. That in a way will motivate them. Secondly, our youth are very involved in betting. Government collected 368.02 billion last financial year. If you look at the stakes, 8.3 trillion in terms of stakes, can we have a percentage ring fence that goes back to grassroots sports development? Even if 3%. That is my second. My issue on ICT, point number 2. I'm happy that government has put ICT at the forefront of development in terms of entering the money economy. But if you look at the statistics, Right Honourable Speaker, the sector is still very highly taxed. Just basic entry smartphones, you find them taxed at over 28%. Retail internet is taxed at over 45%. So how can we think beyond just taxing the people and then rejuvenate the sector? Because if you look at the region, East African region, we don't look, there's no tax on it, or there's no import tax on these entry-level smartphones. So can we find a way of making sure there's penetration? Right now, Speaker, right now the devices are too expensive. I want to move under Rule 59(1) through your indulgence, right now, Speaker, that we have a motion tabled before this House and we debate how we can use ICT and artificial intelligence to drive development in Uganda. Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. But 59(1), those are motions without notice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. No. That would have been 61. Yeah. Yeah. I've taken note. Okay. So you prepare your motion.
Much pride, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Yes. I have those 2 gentlemen here, that elder and his colleague. They've been here since we started at 2. No? Let me allow them. And then Honorable Wanyama.
Yeah, Right Honourable Speaker. My name is George Patrick Kasajja from Obulamu Northwest constituency and Kalio district. I'm a veteran in this house. I started in this house in 1989 with my colleague Mavengina and others. Right now, Speaker, I want to start by congratulating you for the way you are running this house. Because I recall that time when I was an MP in 1989 and 90. We had 2 wings, the other side and this side, but anybody was on the front line, it was the one as if it was the opposition. But for us, we were regarding each other as friends. But the way the Right Honourable Speaker is handling is now reminiscing me to remember what used to happen, because there was harmony. You have created harmony in this house. For me, as a person who hasn't been in this house, I've been following you for the last 20 years. I was in Parliament for about 15 years. Then I went back to civil service. And His Excellency gave me 2 jobs, Under Secretary and Director in the Revenue Authority. I did a good job, and I have been doing a good job. And my submission is to thank His Excellency the President for his exposition in the policies of government. For us, when we started as NRC, we are getting little money, but we are hardworking members of Parliament. For us, we love the country more than the money, because we were getting 30,000 per day. But now the money we are getting is now. So His Excellency was asking us, but for you people, I'm reminding you to go to your constituencies and follow up the programs, because there are many programs which are taking government money. But for us, I remember he said, don't sit on your chairs and swing around. I remember that statement. I think what he was saying, let us go back and monitor the resources which are going to what? To the constituents. And that is what made me to come back. When I was in parliament, I was most of the time in what? In the constituency. For me, I did not come as an old man. I came the director elected MP. And if you look at my vote, yes, it is the younger population because of the impact I made in what? In the constituency. So let us now do the like quiz. You remember the speaker has been telling you when he was hunting for...
Elder, yes, add you 2 minutes. As an elder. But you can switch on, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm 72. And I'm happy that I'm with you people who are 20, 30, and 40. And we are together. But for me, I came back because I was impressed by the way His Excellency is running this country, by the way. That His Excellency loves his country so much. Because the statement which he told us to go and oversee our role of oversight, it was imperative to us. And I'm calling upon everybody who is here, let us do the needful. Because what does His Excellency want? For me, he wants the country to be transformed. So the transformation, for me, I'm going for that one. The second issue, I'm an educationist. I'm a teacher. I've taught at all levels, primaries, secondary, and the university. I was a lecturer of economics in Makerere University. But the truth is, education for a country to be promoted, it's the pivotal point that can transform the country. Japan is developed because they don't have, let us say, agriculture and so forth. So they use the, what? Education. So His Excellency was saying that let us promote capital formation. And I want to thank the Minister of Education. The way she has transformed this country in that sector, I was highly impressed. Because, first of all, the enrollment rose from 2.7 to current 9 million. And that is good. There was a research which was made in 1994, which stated that for a country to put in more resources, and especially for developing countries, and people achieve education on the level of senior 4, that the productive increases by 10%. Go to that report in the Ministry of Finance. So if we now also follow that kind of model, and we assist the Ministry of Education to get more resources, and all of us request the President to give us more resources, that all the people in our constituencies go to the schools and attain the minimum level is O level. And then we go ahead, because I think we are doing well. Because it helps us not to deal with the people who are not educated. A person who is educated is easier to run with in politics than the one who is not. That's the truth, because it becomes a burden. Then the second issue is the technology.
Thank you, Elder. Thank you. Yes.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for this opportunity to make my maiden speech in this August House. I am Wilfred Babanga, representing the people of Terego East. I rise to support the motion to pay tribute to His Excellency, the President, for the State of the Nation address that was delivered in June. The people of Terego, and I would even say West Nile, know His Excellency, the President, for being a promise keeper. When we were in exile in Congo, in Sudan, the President sent people and told us that it was a good time to return. It was time for development. And when the people of West Nile actually returned, they found it was so. We have seen development in the area of infrastructure, roads, bridges, and many others. Right, Honorable Speaker, it will be remembered that Terego district has given land for refugees. This was not because of the people's generosity, but it was due to their inability to use all that land which they have. Mr. Speaker, I would like to put this before you. If we are to participate in the expanded economy of this country, the people of Terego need to be supported with items like tractors. I would say a tractor for every sub-county, so that they can till this land, the excess of the land that they gave to the refugees. When they do that, they will meaningfully participate in expanding the economy of this country. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I would like to say that the people of Terego have been waiting for government to give them the timeline for the completion of the road from Manibe through Omugo to Yumbe. If this road is constructed, it will link Terego to the other urban areas and cause the people to transport their goods, and we shall be able to participate in the national.
Thank you. Judas Wanyama. Then the lady, that sister of mine. Judas Wanyama.
Right, Honorable Speaker. For record, my name is Wanyama Richard, not Judas. We are two Wanyamas in the house.
Oh, so who is Judas?
Judas wait long time. Is a youth MP for...
No, I'm reading. I know you're Wanyama, but yes, the second name is the one I didn't know. And I'm reading from the list, so...
Allow me to use the opportunity.
Please, Honorable.
Right, Honorable Speaker, let me also say big congrats over retaining that seat, and also thank His Excellency the President. I will speak about only two issues, though there are very many issues for Busia people. One, in 2009, Our Excellency the President, together with his counterpart, the late Mwai Kibaki, okayed the construction of a new border post in Busia, where I've kept on reminding the House about this issue. Today, as we speak, Busia is almost impassable. It's very congested. Heavy load trucks, trailers have packed almost 2 kilometers to the entry point on the left wing, and businesses over that side no longer function. So I'm requesting that we take up this matter to construct the Uganda border post, because it was okayed by the two presidents, but I think no one has followed up. This is a matter that interests all of us, because all our goods for the region go through Busia and Malava. So let us decongest that place, and we have another border point in Mulwanda. After all, the road that was stifling that is now tarmacked, the one of Mr. Mayuge, Namayengo, Lumino. Two, the other issue is on, for those of you who visited the Busia during the 62nd independence, where you sat, the venue was a former primary teachers college called the Busia Primary Teachers College. It was phased out when the Minister of Education was phasing out the non-core PTCs. From 2020 up to today, that facility is idle, and my constituency, Samia Bugwe Central, does not have a vocational institute. I'm kindly requesting the Minister of Education to give me a vocational institute. Since the infrastructure is already there, I'm not demanding so much. I only need the machinery there and the staff, and for the government to take it up. Because youth unemployment in Busia is one of the key serious issues that we are facing. When we give these people this vocational institute, I'm sure even the PDM money they pick, they will now utilize it on the skills they will have gotten. Otherwise, thank you. Next time I will speak on other issues. Thank you so much. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, my colleague here is dying. Kindly allow her to speak.
Please, let her go next.
Kindly. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and I also want to thank my colleague for requesting this opportunity for me. Right Honorable Speaker, I stand to second the motion moved by the Right Honorable Prime Minister, as I appreciate the President's speech made on the 4th day of June. Right Honorable, a lot was said by the President, but allow me address myself to education sector. The President communicated to us that the Ministry and the government is to allocate seed secondary schools per sub-county across the country. But through you, Right Honorable, allow me inform my good minister that in Naksongola, since when it got its district status in 1997, we have 15 sub-counties. But out of the 15 sub-counties, we only have 8 aided secondary schools. The 7 sub-counties are missing. That is Katugo, Kakoge sub-county, Mairikiti, Kalongo, Rampanga Town Council, Mijera Town Council, and the Nabuswera sub-county. So, Right Honorable Speaker, my prayer is that as we allocate resources, as we do plan for the allocation of the seed secondary schools, please, this goes to my Honorable Minister, let Naksongola district also be considered, because we've gotten a lot of school dropouts due to the long distances moved by our people. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me also address myself to infrastructure. The President did mention about the 1 billion that is given across the country to different districts, and it has done some good work. But like we got a report from the Honorable Minister, Works and Transport, that the machines at the district are aging up. It's true. As a member of Roads Committee in my district, we would have better work than we are having, but we are constrained by the machines. And the wheel loader and the excavators are accessed at the regional level. The moment you put in your request, they are already taken by other districts around. So my prayer is to you, through you to the Honorable Minister, Works and Transport, and my colleagues, like we did plan for the maintenance of 1 billion across the country. Let's also think about the planning of procuring of excavators and wheel loaders per district. If that is done, I promise we shall have good roads across the country. I also want to mention about the maintenance fund that is given to districts for equipment maintenance. Right Honorable, in my district, Nakasongola, we are always given 10% for maintaining of these equipments. But the 10%, due to the aging of the machine, is not enough. We end up being constrained.
Thank you. Yes, neighbor. Followed by Honorable Nancy Achora.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I am Josephine Ibasiret in Kibs. I represent the people of Agule County in Palisa District. I would appreciate such that next time you'll identify me by the name on record, Ibasiret Josephine. Being my maiden speech, permit me to add my voice to my colleagues in congratulating you upon retaining your seat, Right Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the people of Agule County, I rise to commend His Excellency for his steadfast commitment in transforming this nation, as contained in his State of Nation address delivered on 4th of June 2026. Right Honorable Speaker, like the Minister of Health stated earlier on about the reduction on mortality rate, I would like to address myself to page 18 of the Nation of the State address, where His Excellency shared powerful statistics that cannot go ignored. He stated that infant mortality was 122 per 1,000 born alive, and it is now 36 per 1,000 born alive. We realize there's a reduction in these rates or in the statistics. To me, it's a testament to the NRM government for its commitment in investments in immunization and maternal health care, also in the expansion of the health infrastructure. However, Right Honorable Speaker, for us to permanently eliminate preventable infant maternal death, we need to bring down these national statistics to the grassroots level. For example, Agule County that I represent, the health system is deficient, Right Honorable Speaker. We have two farthest sub-counties of Agule sub-county and Oboliso sub-county that do not have any slight or simple, any single health facility. Our mothers have to trek long distances to access basic maternal and delivery services. Most of our health facilities in the remaining sub-counties, the 4 sub-counties, are health center 3s. I know it has been clearly stated on this floor of Parliament as a policy matter, every sub-county is to have a health center 3.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Just conclude that point. Conclude that point.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Maybe in addition, Agule does not have a health center 4. We do not have an ambulance. Our mothers suffer bumpy, risky roads that are in critical conditions for C-sections to Palliser General Hospital, which is also overstretched. Originally 100-bed hospital, no expansion, no nothing. So I urge the Ministry of Health to come up with immediate action for Agule County, at least by establishing a health center for Agule County, an ambulance for our people, so as for us to enjoy these national gains. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Nancy. It's off. Kind of get another honorable.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to join the rest of my colleagues in thanking the President for his State of the Nation address that he made on the 4th of June. On behalf of the people of Lamore District, I want to say that issues of health care service delivery, we are still lacking behind. Padibe Health Center 4 in Acholi sub-region is one of the biggest health sub-district serving almost 2 nations, because Lamore being a border district and also hosting refugees from South Sudan, we have a population of only the refugees of more than 260,000 population. And that really demands for a hospital status. I want to say thank you for the Minister of Health. When my sister, the government chief whip, was still the minister, Padibe Health Center 4 got a privilege for getting a construction of high dependency unit. But putting that aside, we need Padibe to be elevated to a district status so that it can serve the national citizen of Lamore, but also the people who have come from South Sudanese. We get overwhelming numbers, and also the workers are over-constrained. Midwife, some of them work for more than 72 hours without even getting rest. This deserves a hospital status. And then also being in the border district, the Lamore district being a food basket for the nation, we are the biggest simsim grower in the nation. Most of the districts across the nation goes to buy simsim from us and soya bean. And yet our roads is in a deploring state. 4-5 years ago, the president pledged to the people of Lamore through refugee window that Lamore is going to get a tarmac from Kitgum via Padibe to Ngomoromo, from Kitgum to Atiak via Palabek to be tarmac. All this has not yet been done. I want to implore this August House through the different ministries that Lamore need a tarmac road, since the World Bank is going to fund this program, so that because the Lamore district, every month, we at least get to the government of Uganda through the URA fund more than 1 billion shilling through the local revenue. We have so many big trucks that come from South Sudan and also trucks that goes to South Sudan. We deserve better. In terms of giving votes, Lamuo has voted overwhelmingly, 84% for the President of the Republic of Uganda, and all the 3 members of Parliament are NRM. We deserve to get the national cake, just like the wise men have said that.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Samba, for him, he would say you don't deserve. Yes, Diantonde. Let's conclude with Diantonde. Then I'll ask Honorable Phyllis Chemutai.
Thank you, Right
to
Honorable
address
Speaker.
a few issues. I saw her taking notes from the onset. No, I know Honorable Peter Gwang is here, but I want to hear from Honorable Phyllis Chemutai. Honorable Gwanga can add on.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Doreen Katrave Birungi is my name, representing the Antonde district. Right Honorable Speaker, this may not be my maiden speech. I've spoken here before, but I want to thank you for catching my eye once again. The last time...
But not on the state of the nation?
No, the last time it was different. I want to commend His Excellency, the President of Uganda, for his speech and addressing issues concerning the people that we serve and we represent. My concern here is one, it is in Yantonde. Some of these activities that the government is doing in our districts, they are good. They start up and they don't kick-start. For example, there is a project, the Yantonde is in one of the Kota Corridor districts, and it has a challenge of water as a district. We have had a project that is going on for some time, but this project does not move. Currently, we are informed that the problem is fuel, and yet it's a big water project. Out of 8 sub-counties, only 2 sub-counties have access to clean water. And right now it's causing us challenges like health risks, because cows are meant to share, they are sharing water with the humans. So I request that the ministry in charge would kindly look into this and address this issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Clerk, I want to confirm I've reached 46 people on the State of the Nation. Have I? I was checking for my records. 46, okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to work against the target, because we had covered on 154 all this time. So meaning today, if we've covered 46, that takes us to 200. I want us to expedite, we conclude this item, to give space to other items, okay? So in the next 2 weeks, I think we should push hard and conclude on this matter. Honorable Chemutai, I'm just looking at a few service sectors. They are the ones I will allow so that we conclude today's session.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I want to thank everybody who has spoken in this session of today. I've picked some few areas where I can say something about, especially in primary education. Most of the highlights is about lack of schools in many of the parishes in Uganda, in many of the sub-counties in Uganda. But I want to say that as a ministry, the ministry is doing a lot of work when it comes to construction. Right now, the ministry is handling 90 seed schools. I have not come with the list, maybe Honorable Ogwang, because I thought he was the one to handle this. Okay, yeah. but the ministry is handling 90 seed schools, and others are on the pipeline. Many of these seed schools are funded by World Bank. Yeah. The World Bank would have worked on many schools, but the main problem which has always been there is lack of land titles. Most of the schools are not giving the land titles. So the process of construction has been slow because of lack of land titles. So we are still looking at receiving many schools which are coming up that say they have completed their titles, and we are listing the schools down, and very soon the exercise will be embarked on in this construction process. Another thing which I would like to touch is wash and sanitation, which was mentioned by one of the members of parliament here, which is lacking in many schools. I have just received a message here inviting me to go to Karamoja schools on Wednesday. There is a program which is constructing infrastructure for wash and sanitation. And therefore, we would like to look at it in Karamoja and expand it to other schools. Yeah. Thank you. I think for now, I can stop there and allow Mr.
Thank you. Now, that is why I had it called Phyllis Chemutai. No, she used to sit in that corner, and she was very active. But in a quiet, and so whenever she would be speaking, the whole house would keep quiet and listen. So I don't want ministers to feel suffocated. Okay? I want ministers also to get time to speak, not only like Honorable Santa Arum. Every session she would put up so I go and speak. So I want them to get a chance, especially ministers of state. I don't want them to be covered by their senior ministers. Yeah, so let me allow, Santa, we can let Honorable Peter conclude quickly, then I give you a chance.
First of all, I would like to thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and I'm happy that for matters of primary education, henceforth, by designation, the President appointed my sister, Honorable Phyllis Chamtai, and let's clap for her, and we congratulate her. As of now, on behalf of Honorable Moingo, I hold vote up Friday. There were quite many questions which were raised, and I want to thank my sister for already beginning to answer those directly concerning primary and secondary education. I want to address myself to the issue which was raised by the MP for Obongi and the MP for Jonam, the question of Dockers in Sikuru Stadium in West Nile. Colleagues, the Ministry of Education and Sports works in line with the plans and budgets earmarked and appropriated by this very august House. Because of that, what has been availed to us is what we thank you for us prioritizing and fulfilling those pledges. For purposes of the Stadium of West Nile, I want to reiterate the commitment of our government to construct and honor our daughter Docker in Zikuru with that stadium when funds are available. Why I'm bringing this forward, we pledged a university in West Nile, if I'm to be honest, Honorable Fungaro. But didn't you receive this university? Didn't funds come? Didn't we deliver? I just want to pledge and interest us colleagues that not even heaven or the world was built in one day. The second issue which came up is on the question of the cost of university education. Why is there an increment in fees? Fast forward. Colleagues, government still sponsors students in university education. We admit students on full sponsorship by the government of the Republic of Uganda. So that problem is coming up because of the liberalization of our education sector. As the Minister responsible for education, we are also beginning to have meetings with our own Vice Chancellor specifically to discuss on the unit costs, particularly for the private. And I want to interest the House Rightmost Speaker. We will be able to come up with a paper here to discuss this matter on what needs to be done. Specifically, I'm addressing about the public universities where we all have a stake. What are the cost drivers for running these public universities? Do we give in enough money as the government of the Republic of Uganda to run this university? And I hope, Rightmost Speaker, time should be given so that we have ample time to discuss these matters once and for all. The other issue which came up was from a colleague from Lamo. And I want to directly ask my sister, Honorable Chemtai, that there was a school which was deroofed, and a honorable member from Lamo, was here, an elder, was crying. I'm sure me and you can put our heads together within the available budget in the ministry. We help that school as a one-off. Because I want to ask that honorable colleague to give us a write-up, and we particularly help you follow up, fast-track that school. The other issue which was mentioned was again the question of poor grades by my sister, the MP from Bukongo, from Bale. Colleagues, the time I've been in the education sector, I have 4 key stakeholders to help us have better performance of our children. Number 1 is us, the parents. Number 2 is the government. Number 3 are the teachers. Number 4 are the pupils. Let's ask ourselves, of the 4, are each of us playing our roles and responsibility to support the education of our children in UPE, in USE, and up to secondary? Here I'm now speaking as a member of parliament and a parent. The government, which we like highlighting of not doing its part, in my considered opinion, if I'm to count, and we constructing schools, and we paying teachers, and we sending capitation grants, and we handling other incentives within the schools. So this comes back. What are the parents doing? So I just want to interest all of us. As a member of parliament, it is now you must face this problem head on in your respective constituencies. Like Honorable Nasa said, you have an oversight role. What are we doing? So that is one of the areas I wanted to address. The other one, which I want to conclude with, Rightmost Speaker, is a question of school dropout. Same. The president has challenged us, for some of us who are in the caucus, that there's high fees in UPE schools, in USC schools. These are some of the factors which are necessitating high school dropouts. We have the stake, we have responsibility as leaders to face this head on, and we come up with a solution to support us. Because if you think Honorable Felix, Honorable Gwang, Muingo can be able to sort out this, there are strategic issues which we're addressing, and that's number 1. Can we ensure that we have all classrooms, we have all teachers, we have all teachers' houses in all these primary schools, in all the secondary schools? Will it address the question of school dropouts? Is a question for all of us to answer. Last but not least are the issues which were raised by my sister from Kwania. I want to interest you and say the policy remains a policy. We will implement it when resources are available. But at the immediate, my sister Felix said, and I've been saying about this, we have UGIFT 1 done. We have UGIFT 2 discussions are ongoing. We have Uganda Secondary School Expansion Program coming up. We are going to implement it. We have Uganda Acceleration Program on Education coming up. We are going to handle it. We are working with you to ensure all those facilities for parts of seed schools will go to those sub-counties where we do not have those seed schools. But again, I want to reiterate as I conclude that we send some money to this local government. Yesterday in our meeting at the top minister, at the ministry level, we agreed that we are going to communicate to each of you what that money is meant to do in your respective constituencies and in your district. And you help us and monitor, because some of the challenges you have, it might even be like my sister from Bara was talking about, you go to a sports recreational facility, which is a school, there's no latrine. With due respect, we send money for SFG to these districts. Are they constructing those facilities? For sports, every district, we send 40 million. 40 every financial year to each of your districts. Have you ever asked what that money is doing? A municipality, a district, we send it. So I want to interest us, honorable colleagues, that it's our responsibility to follow up and monitor. What Honorable Lanya mentioned about commercialization of sports, truly speaking, with the coming in of the infrastructure, we are now beginning to really get to SET. SET is sports, entertainment, and tourism. This SET is the one which is able to bring us quite a number of investors to come in and invest in the sports subsector. That is how we can be able to commercialize the entire ecosystem of sports. Without that, we will continue talking up tomorrow. But also I want to challenge you as a leader of the federation. Can you also address governance issues as leaders in sports federations? This is not a question of us to debate here. Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to request you humbly, permit me, for the baby you've been following up, me come here with a paper on a motion on Rwenzori Marathon. This activity is coming on 22nd of this month, and I feel we needed to inform the country of what it is entailed on the Rwenzori Marathon.
I can give you space tomorrow.
Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, permit me also bring a motion on our participation on the just concluded Commonwealth Games. Because truly speaking, we want some medals. And it has been a routine that our children, this house, must be able to appreciate the work we have achieved. We might have not done that as required of it, but it's always a humble appeal.
Thank you.
So Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you for listening to me, and I want to thank colleagues that you're most welcome. The last one was on Busia. It is true we repurpose core PTCs. It is true you've made a proposal, but I want to interest you to come to the ministry and we cross-check what plan we already had for that particular core PTC, which is in Busia. We will be able to discuss it. I thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Gwang, we can do the motion for Commonwealth Games next week, because tomorrow we have a very critical item from the Minister of Energy, the status of electricity in the country. And I would want us to give members a chance. And you remember we also have Prime Minister's time. And then, but the one of Rwenzori Marathon, I will adjust so that tomorrow I accommodate you. Okay? It should be a short one for information purposes, because it's very, very soon and we are supporting. Now, Honorable, over the weekend, the people of Uganda tortured the ones of Bushenyi, who were this time the tricks of Honorable Mawanda couldn't work. and Honorable Idi Basajavaraba tried all he could. He couldn't make it, but we know why it's difficult to deal with Uganda. Those are our core issues. There are tricks which nature, couldn't control. But why I was raising this issue, I promised the people of Ankole that I'm going to push, and you do for us a stadium in Ankole. Now, the problem I think we are facing, and let's be honest, we are doing huge projects. Honorable Peter, I was at Madi Okoro. I saw a small, simple, affordable stadium, which I don't think cost more than even 5 billion or 10 billion. Okay? Eh? No, Madi Okoro. Yes, when... Oh, I went to the one of Madi Okoro. when Honorable Joe Anokia hosted us. So the ground is good. It's a very good shed, and it's affordable. So instead of you doing a stadium of 400 billion for one area, why don't you look at the 18 sub-regions, 18, or I don't know whether now it's 21, sub-regions of Uganda, and you put for us something which can inspire. You put one in these areas, Uganda, Greater Mukono, Greater Mubende, Bugisu, Ankore, Chigezi. They're affordable ones, because I'm sure if we can, for example, get like 200 billion, it might do Busoga, it might do all. Why don't you do that? Then we start demanding for the bigger ones, but when we have something.
Right,
because why I'm raising this, Honorable Minister, I know after AFCON, it will be difficult for you to get these big budgets you're talking about, and also managing the big ones. Why, if you could do for us something to begin with.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I am happy this matter is coming from you, but also I'm happy it is coming from the honorable colleagues. First, as a ministry and a sector, we have a plan for the 19 zones of the country. In terms of, number one, improving the old existing facilities in the greater municipalities and cities now. I want to first go on record. Like for instance, Ankole, right now, Speaker, you'll not even be talking. The advantage me and you have were been here. It was in, I think in 2022, 2023, or 2023, 2024 budget. This very August House gave me money to begin the phase manner of working on Kacheka Stadium in Mbarara City. Right, Honorable Speaker, to my dismay, I had to return this money to the Treasury because of the land conflict between the city and the district of Mbarara. Now, when you ask a question of which kind of facility do you want, we can agree if it is a position that for purposes of these areas, let's have a minimum facility. Like now you're talking about Terego. With due respect, if I'm to follow the footballing standards, which I went with the technical team, that stadium does not meet. That one of Madiokolo, I went there. If I'm to follow the standards of CAF, of football, that stadium does not meet.
No, Honorable Peter Uganga, what I'm saying is simple. Okay?
Yes.
What I'm saying is simple. That you don't, I know you would want to build for us something much better, but you don't have the money. So if we can have a very good pitch, we have a stadium, you get it? And it doesn't need to be CAF standards, but it can be our own standards. For example, Mbarara City FC was hosting games at Kacheka. Okay? What was at Kacheka? Rogers is here. What was at Kacheka? So what we are talking about, and what would be easy, what I would advise, Honourable Minister, you, for regions which have public universities, okay, we can build those stadiums to be maintained by public universities. A very good example, if you told Mbarara University, now they will give you much better run. Even if you want to expand in future, you'll get much better run. They have like a square mile around there. So if you told Mbarara University, if you told Rwenzori, Mountains of the Moon, if you told Muni, if you told Guru, if you told Kabari, these universities are having big run. They can give you 5 acres, you put up a mini stadium, and then we start using it as a community. Me, I'm only thinking around, and I'm not saying you give us an answer now, Honorable. Think about it.
Right, Honorable, just to sum this up, I want to confirm, first of all, what the scripture is saying is what we are in. For instance, just 1 minute, just 1 minute. can you allow me to say something? I was saying, Right Honourable Speaker, for instance, I would be interested actually to, if you permit, with your permission, even if it's tomorrow morning, I would visit with you Chambogo University facility, which we have constructed, even Makerere University, which we are already undergoing, the UPDF is undergoing construction. We are in Gulu University, we are in Lira University. This was a strategic decision we took at the Ministry of Education and Sports for purposes of helping us after these first competitions we are hosting. These facilities are going to revert back to the management of this public university. And we charge them with responsibility, maintaining them and ensuring the standards remain the same. So the script of going university per region is within us as Minister of Education and Sports. What I only want to implore and agree with you is that whatever quality of the speech comes in, we must bear in mind that we must have standards which are guided by the different sports discipline. Because I want to be honest with you, you cannot be able to say a standard pitch for playing football, for purpose of the record, is 68 meters wide, 95 or 105 meters width, length. But if you go and put 60 wide, 70 long, thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Santa, he's off the floor. He didn't give you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Indeed, you are a wonderful presiding officer. My sister, Honorable Lydia Wanyoto, was already suffocating, and this evening she's the happiest. Right Honorable Speaker, this being my maiden speech, allow me start by congratulating His Excellency, the President of this country, for retaining his position as #1 of this country. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, allow me join colleagues in also congratulating you for retaining that chair as our second in command in the Parliament of Uganda. And to you, my honorable colleagues, congratulations for making it to the 12th Parliament. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me, Honorable Speaker, I need protection from members across that side. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to make a statement on something which was mentioned by my colleague, honorable sister, across there, that the president has been allowing corruption to be there. Right Honorable Speaker, the president has been a fighter in this fight against corruption. He has not spoken against this once, not twice, but many times. And Right Honorable Speaker, corruption remains a critical development and governance issue and a challenge in the entire Africa and, Right Honorable Speaker, world over. And I want to believe that the president, being a fighter of the bad things in this country, he will succeed to fight corruption in this country, and he has only changed the strategy of saying no more sleep. As evidenced by the anti-corruption agencies put in place in this country, one day there will be no more corruption because we are moving step by step. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, I want to address myself to the issue raised by my honorable colleague, Honorable Charity from Vora, about the bridge called Arroy in Vora constituency. I've taken note of this, and being a minister in charge of economic monitoring, we shall, at an appropriate time, get in touch with her, and this issue will be investigated. I want to thank you so much, Right Honorable.
Thank you. Honorable Megade.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you for giving us this opportunity. I'm not used to keeping quiet. But for clarity, the bridge at Vura is under MAIF. It was contracted to WML Uganda Limited. It wasn't abandoned, but the ministry forced a suspension of works because the materials that the contractor was using were on the right, and specifically for steel, that's iron bars, he was using Y16, and the desired recommendation was Y24 and Y32, which he had to import. He's the one in charge of guarding the materials, the other materials on site, and is resuming works next week because the other materials have arrived in the country. So the money is still with the ministry. Then for my colleague from Kasiro, over alternatives to the fishing community, that's my heart. That's what I desire most. We are fast tracking pledged by the president, where he pledged 1 billion for every fishing district, and we're only trying to see that actually this happens every year, so that this is now the different PDM to the fishing community. Then my colleague from ABIM raised issues of, as we demand for commercialization of agriculture, we also continue to demand for the handholds. The ministry, we have already agreed to establish 16 mechanization centers, as opposed to tractors being scattered here and there, and in the different regions, 16 mechanization centers, not for roads, but for agriculture. And part of the funding is from a loan that is incoming. One is Climate Smart, and then AgriConnect, which is coming. But for hose, specifically we get money in batches from finance. Uganda is now covered, and next quarter, the whole of Karamoja, all the 9 districts of Karamoja will be covered. And specifically for ABIM, actually in my head, I even know now it's 39,924. That's specifically for ABIM as a district. So my appeal is, yes, we have to continue working together, specifically issues to do with the fisheries and the others. And we have been with you that side. We want to appeal to you that let's continue together. But I can't forget, Right Honorable, to thank the President, that among the districts which don't have power, one is Obonji and the other one is Uvuma. But for Uvuma, contracts have been awarded. That's for Uvuma. That's why I'm thanking him. Honorable Fungaro will get time also to thank the President for Uvuma, for both mini grid and the main grid. At least we are moving. I want to thank you. But also,
thank you.
The last time we voted you, I want to thank you because I've never thanked you for picking on me to be your second. So I want to thank you for picking me among the so many. And I know me and you and the colleagues, we shall move this parliament to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Nsamba, I'm not sure about you, and I'm concluding. No, Honorable Nsamba, kindly.
Right Honorable Speaker, you remember in 2022, Right Honorable Speaker, you were in that seat when coffee farmers, nursery operators came to you, and Right Honorable Speaker, you allowed the Minister of Finance for coffee nursery operators to supply coffee. This friend of ours, Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Migade, is new in the ministry, and he is a good man. Can he commit here, Right Honorable Speaker, about matters of payment of the coffee nursery operators? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Maybe for the record, I did not allow the Minister of Finance to surprise. I don't have that power for surprise, but you remember we had a long discussion indeed. And the Minister of Finance, after back and forth, said, okay, can I give a proposal that these people can supply, then we pay them in a phased manner. And for us, we said we supported because the seedlings were growing in the nursery beds. So, do you have anything you want to say about that? Is finance being helpful?
Right Honorable, yes, I'm going to follow up, but we are ready to pay as per releases. Whatever we receive, and specifically there's one company from his constituency, I recall, see it was demanding 48.2 million. In next quarter, it is going to be considered.
So you're receiving money and you're paying
yes,
as you
the moment we receive. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Honorable Azar.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, and I'd like to thank all those who were able to speak today. I have a few issues for clarification, and briefly. The first one was by Honorable Siraje, when he was inquiring about the issue related to industrial parks. True, West Nile gave land for industrial parks. But as I was assuming the office where I am right now in cooperatives, trade and industry, I was able to peep the development on those land that was given by West Nile as his own. So I want to assure Honorable Siraj that he should not get discouraged. We are coming to develop the industrial park in West Nile. Secondly, the issue of grazing ground and cattle rustling by Honorable Emmanuel Banya in Koboko. I'll try to interact with my colleagues, the Ministers of State for Industry, of Trade, and see how we can, because it's related to trade. There are Sudanese who normally cross the border and come to rustle cattle. Thirdly, there's the issue of irrigation for commercial agriculture by Honorable Mudimi, and I think he has gone already. Yes, we shall try to liaise with the Ministry of Agriculture and ensure that we fast track the issue related to irrigation. And then the issue of agro-industrialization in Igulu City by Honorable Aol. She's still around. Yeah, thank you very much. I've just been there recently, and you said that you are requesting the Ministry of Agriculture to provide you with the tractors. You are tired of ox plow. I'll take your message loud and clear to that ministry. Then issues of alleviation of poverty programs. You said, Honorable Begire Samuel said, the youths should be given special attention, that the poverty alleviation programs will focus on skilling the youths. Thank you very much, Honorable Bagire Samuel. Will work on that. Honorable Nakisita Betty gave thanks to the President.
But you will not go into, I want you to focus on issues of your sector. Those outside your sector, the government chief whip will coordinate the other ministers.
Most obliged.
And that's why she's here.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable. Otherwise, related to agro-industrialization, issues of scaling the youths, because all this falls under the docket of trade, industry, and cooperatives, we'll try to liaise with my colleagues in that ministry and see how we can fast track. And lastly, I want to thank our Honorable Elder Kasaja. He advised all of us to go all out and embrace government programs and in our constituency so that we can develop. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Yes. As I can see, there is no minister who wants to raise anything more. Yeah. So I think I would need maybe one day I'll get the time to share with more ministers. Okay. Ministers are members of parliament. And the members of parliament must be seen to be also addressing issues of the constituency. So, to me, you should have the freedom to behave like any other member of parliament here, as long as you don't contradict what you agreed upon in the cabinet. It shouldn't look like everything is agreed upon in the cabinet and has been sorted and the minister should sit. No. Ministers also, even me, you can see I raise issues of my area on the floor. Yes. So I hope we shall build on that. Colleagues, I want to thank you for your patience. Let's meet tomorrow at 2. I think that tomorrow is when we have the Archbishop. Yes. So tomorrow I urge all of you to come at 5 p.m. We have the Archbishop leading us into the service of welcoming members of the 12th Parliament. And as you may know, he's retiring, so it's also a bit of like a farewell to us. So let's be there in big numbers and welcome His Grace. Yes. The rest we shall talk tomorrow. I won't even say, but leave me alone. House adjourned to tomorrow at 2 p.m.